Hoi hoi. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Gartesyan. If you don't know who I am, I basically talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of moving to Armenia. Let's start this video. I am in a new location. I am finally in my new apartment in Zeytun. I moved out of my horrible apartment in Kentron. I was living near Yerevan metro station. It was amazing location, but the apartment was just horrible. But I stuck it out for 6 months, and now I'm in my new apartment in Zeytun. I'm really happy. This isn't going to be a tour, but if you guys want to see a tour of my new apartment or want to see some pictures of my old one to compare, let me know. I would be happy to do that. I kind of want to give an update because it's a new month, kind of give you some updates on what's going on with me personally, and also with Yerevan and Armenia, because there are a couple of changes that have happened recently. The biggest thing is the increase in Ukrainians and Russians coming to Yerevan. Pretty much if you talk to any local, they're going to tell you just by walking around the streets in the city, even not just the center, even if you're outside of the center, you'll see a lot more Ukrainians and Russians in Yerevan. Ever since the war in Ukraine and the Russian invasion in Ukraine, there have been, I don't want to say an outpour of people, but you can definitely tell. Last time I heard, at least a few thousand people from Russia, and if you combine that with the people from Ukraine, it's quite a number of people for such a small for such a small city. You can definitely see the presence in these new people here. I think generally when I talk to my friends in Armenia and Yerevan, they're pretty welcoming. There's no hard feelings about it, but that has greatly affected housing prices here in Armenia and in Yerevan. If you talk to anybody that's living in the city right now, they'll probably tell you how much rents have skyrocketed with this new demand. There was already a high demand before the war in Ukraine, but now the prices have gone through the roof. I've even heard of some people being not evicted, but their landlords have increased their price on them, which has kind of forced them to leave and try and find cheaper apartments. Some people are staying in the city. Some people are going on the outskirts like me into Zeytun. Some people are leaving Yerevan just because the prices are getting crazy. Also, I've heard, I've never experienced this, but also I've heard that business spaces and office spaces are in high demand now. So a lot of companies, not a lot, but there are some companies that have relocated from St. Petersburg and Moscow to Yerevan because it's really business friendly here and they don't need visas and blah, blah, blah. Office spaces at a premium. I'm so lucky that I was able to find this apartment before the wave of people that came. I was able to get a pretty good price on this apartment. It was within my budget. I mean, it's still kind of expensive compared to some other of my friends, but it is within my budget. And I was really happy. Then about a week after I signed my contract, or my lease as they say, that's when the influx came in and the prices went through the roof. So I'm really fortunate. I really hope my landlord doesn't increase my rent after our contract is over, but you know, you never know. One big news is that I finally got an Armenian bank account. I finally have what they call an Armenian card. For so long, I always heard this term card, send it to my card, transfer it to my card. I never fully understand what they meant because it's such a generic term. Finally, now I understand. When people say card here, they're basically talking about a debit card. When they say transfer it to my card, they're talking about sending from your basically checking account or debit card account to their debit card account. I don't know why, but that term is just thrown around so much, and it kind of didn't have any meaning to me because I don't know if you're talking about a credit card, a debit card, a bonus card, everything's a card here. But now that I have a debit card, I can easily transfer money to my friends. So you can just use your bank account app. I'm pretty sure every bank account in Armenia has their own app now. I have Armenia Bank, and you can just go on your app, and then when it says transfer to card, you basically put in the number of the other person's debit card, or even sometimes you can look them up by phone number. So for example, my friends came over the other week and we got pizza, and instead of like Venmoing them like the way we would in the States, I would look up their phone number in my Armenia Bank app, and then it just transferred from my debit card to their debit card, which is so easy. I hate handling cash. It's so much easier now to have a card. And also, now I linked my debit card up to all of my apps. So before I was having this problem, I don't know if I talked about this in another video, but before I had this problem where I kept having to have to call back to America, to my American bank, because it kept freezing the credit card that I was trying to use on like GG or Yandex or even some of the other like those scooter apps. it wouldn't let me use my credit card because it was thinking it was like some kind of fraud, international fraud thing. Now that I finally have an Armenian bank account and I'm using that debit card number, there's no issues. I just put my debit card information into the app. The transfer was fine. There's no issues with setting up, but that was such an issue because last time I went to the States, I had to get a new credit card number and then I had to delete all of my old accounts and then I had to call back to let them know it's not fraud. And then sometimes it works. So it was such a headache. But now that I have an Armenian card, you can just link it up to any Armenian app, because sometimes if it's an Armenian made app like a Gigi or a foreign app like a Yandex, if you have an American credit card or American bank account, it's gonna create some kind of locking out effect, or it's gonna just like not link to the app. So this is gonna be so much easier. I kind of want to show a little bit of a daily weekend routine that I have. I'm going to show you a little bit of Yerevan city adventure that I had. So enjoy the next like 5 or 10 minutes of royalty-free, copyright-free, terrible soundtrack music. Enjoy.
It's voiceover Gartesian. Let's get ready to go. Little Taylor Day action. Only one love of I can feel my body rock. All right, let's get ready, people. Enough dicking around. Let's get some skinny jeans on. We only one. Is it just a love or just a... All right, it's cold out, so let's get some rain boots. These are some rubber rain boots I got from Amazon because it is wet out there, people. Next, we're gonna pick out a beanie. Of course, you gotta get your beanie game in check. I think I'm gonna go with the classic mustard. Love or just a game, love to my heart, I can feel my body rock. All right. Don't forget your plastic bags, don't forget your umbrella, your go-go bag, the essentials, and let's get out of here. Okay, let's go. This is trash from the last couple of weeks that I've had, so I want to make sure that I throw it out on my way to the grocery store. I'm going down my Soviet block steps, out to the main road. It's snowy and wet as hell. This lady almost knocked me out. She was in such a rush, I don't know why. She didn't even wait for the crosswalk to go. I think she was like trying to catch a bus or something. Look at her. She's gonna get run over. This building was cool. It's like a brutalist apartment building against the fog. I thought it looked pretty cool. Of course, a Neva. Every time you see a lot of Neva, you gotta stop for it. A little bit of Kobe action. A Moika, passing the local Moika. Cars always taking up the sidewalk. This is the Gesto, a very popular spot in Zaytun. The Bunchy Munchy Grand Candy, but I'm not going there because I gave up sugar for Lent. Crossing the street, and yes, you're gonna see my new friend, the street dog. Look how cute he is until he bites you. And then I stopped filming when I got inside the supermarket a little bit because these supermarket guys are psychotic. They just find any reason to stop me, so a lot of it I didn't film, but some of it I got sneaky action. Picking up some pasta. This one is so good. And I just kind of did my rounds. I didn't eat a lot today. Basically, I just wanted to get some pasta and some planting stuff. I also wanted to see if there was soy milk. They haven't had soy milk in a couple of days, so I wanted to see if they stocked up. They got almond milk and oat milk, but I didn't find any soy milk that I wanted. And then down in this aisle is the gardening stuff that I wanted to get. Sometimes they run out of it and you don't get it for a while again, so I wanted to buy it while they was still in stock. And I had to get some dirt for some planting and repropagation that I wanted to do. Got that. I always check out the Alex aisle. If you know what Alex Textiles is, check them out. They're one of my favorite Armenian-made textile companies. I'm obsessed with these winter socks. I have like a million pair. This is one of my favorite candies. It's like a fake Snickers version. I couldn't get it, obviously, because it's Lent. But got my essentials. I'm heading out. And here's some street action. Almost getting ran over by all these tatigs coming over. This bitch almost ran me over. I don't know if she was in a rush somewhere. Don't get distracted by all the baked goods. Crossing the street. I love these old Soviet buses, the electric buses, and here I am propagating some plants. I have no idea what I'm doing. Don't ask me for any planting tips. I'm just kind of making stuff. I've killed so many plants in my life. Please don't ask. I don't know what I'm doing. Dirt, measuring. I'm pretending like I know what I'm doing, but I have no idea. Sure, water, plants, sunlight. I almost broke my window trying to put this in the sill. What a nice little happy family. I had to get some coffee the next day, so this is a cool little coffee shop. Not really a cafe, just all they sell is beans and tea. So I like to get bulk coffee from here. They grind it for you. I got a different type of roast this time, trying to check it out. And this lady was new to me, but she was really friendly and nice. Got my coffee. And I also went to the Banjararen store afterward. I went like a produce store. I don't usually get my produce from Yerevan City or Sas. I got my eggs from the Materik, got my coffee from the coffee store, got all of my vegetables from the vegetable store. About in total, this cost about 5,500 dirham. Oh my God, people, look how good this breakfast looks. I haven't had real food in my house in like days, so this was such a satisfying meal to make.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about what I talked about or want to know some more, leave me the questions down in the comments. Also, one thing that I wanted to let you know about is that I have a referral active with Google-Fi. One thing that I've done while I moved to Armenia is kept my American number active through Google-Fi. I canceled my contract with Verizon and I opened up my Google-Fi account. That way I can leave my American number active and without having to have to pay international fees or the really expensive monthly fee that some big companies like T-Mobile and Verizon have. I don't use my Google-Fi phone number to call back America. Basically, I have two SIM cards. I have a physical SIM card with Google-Fi and I have an eSIM with a local carrier here in Armenia. When I want to call to the States and call my family or use data, I'm going to use data and my cell phone minutes from my local card holder. But since my number is still active, I can still receive two-step verification codes from America. So if somebody calls my American cell phone number, I can still receive the voicemail. I'll still get the notification that somebody called. And if for some reason I need a two-step verification, like for logging into a certain account, it'll still come to my cell phone here. So if you're interested in Google-Fi, if you like to travel or you think you're coming to Armenia and you want to keep that American number still active, you can use my referral code down in the description. I'd really appreciate it. It'd be supporting me, this channel, and my journey. Thanks. Have a good one. Bye.